Hi, Mont Lake Wolves. I have a special visitor today. It's part of our drawing prompt. Look what Coco found in Volunteer Park. It's a baby bunny. You can tell by the little fuzzy tail and the little ears, although it does look a lot like a chipmunk, which we thought it was at first. It's probably about 2 weeks old, and it's living in Ingrid's bedroom right now. It's had some up and downs health-wise. We were scared that it might die, but Ingrid has been feeding it with a baby bottle and kitten milk. You can buy kitten milk in the pet store, believe it or not. And this little bunny is probably, we think, a few weeks old. It's already got fur. When they're born, they're pink, and they don't have fur. Look at those cute little hoppers. Anyway, of course, when it was brought home to our house, Ingrid asked if she could keep it. And of course, I said yes, because I too was a little baby animal collector when I was her age. It's fun to watch little animals grow up. And this one we brought home because its mom would have left it once she smelled that this had been touched by a dog. So we had to bring it home. Usually we would find something and leave it and not touch a baby animal. But in this case, it was kind of a rescue. So we're gonna let this grow up here in our backyard once it's big enough to be outside. And then we will release it over at Ingrid's grandma's house in her backyard because there's a bunch of bunnies that live there. Pretty sweet, huh? All right, I'm gonna show you some other baby animals, and then we'll get to work. Welcome to the art studio with Miss Lundgren. We're outside of the art studio today visiting with animals. Animals are going to be our inspiration today for making some artwork. This is Darlene. She's our teenage chicken. You remember her when she was tiny? Look how big she is. Quarantine isn't stopping her. She's eating and growing and getting bigger and more beautiful every day, except for her feet. They're still kind of prehistoric looking. Actually, and her face. This is the one that doesn't like to be held. There are two others that are living in their chicken coop right now. I'm going to put her back, but you recall when she was just the size of an egg, and I got the request at the very beginning of this quarantine. Woo! She's like a hawk or a falcon, mighty bird. I got a request at the beginning of the quarantine for a chicken. Could I keep it, Mom, please? And what started out as an ask is now this mighty bird and her two sisters. She's looking around thinking about where she's gonna fly. Don't do it. We'll have to cut her wings, clip her wings soon. You just take a little bit of this feather off so that she can't fly and escape, because if she escapes, she will be attacked by my neighbor's cat, Merlin, who is a mighty hunter in the neighborhood. All right, we're gonna put her back and get into the art studio and get working. Say bye. I've got a special story. Another classic favorite when I was young. I remember sitting and listening to this with my brothers when my mom would read to us. It's called Can I Keep Him? Story and Pictures by Stephen Kellogg. This is another classic book from the 70s, and Stephen Kellogg has a really colorful imagination, and I think he really uses it especially well in this story. Can I keep him? Mom, I found this dog sitting all by himself. Can I keep him? No, Arnold. Dogs are too noisy. He would bark all the time and annoy Mr. and Mrs. Van Doon next door. Take him back where you found him. All the neighbors are protesting. I found a lost kitten wandering in the street. Can I keep him? What do you think the mom's gonna say? No, Arnold, your grandma is allergic to cat fur. If we kept it, she couldn't visit anymore. Take him back where you found him, and please don't bring any more cats or dogs into the house. I think that is a rite of passage for kids to ask for a dog or a cat. What's Arnold dreaming of now? I found a shy fawn at the edge of the forest. He can't bark and he doesn't have cat fur. Can I keep him? What do you think the mom's gonna say about that? No, dear. Fawns grow up to be wild bucks. They have sharp hooves and antlers. In 1 week, our rugs and furniture would be cut to bits. Oh, look what Arnold's dreaming about now. A funny little bear fell off a circus train. He wasn't hurt, and I brought him home. He can't bark, he has bear fur, and he has no hooves. Can I keep him? No, dear. Bears have a disagreeable odor. The house will smell like a circus train. P.U. Oh, now what's Arnold daydreaming about? At the zoo, Sweet Sally had 3 cubs. The zookeeper said that the zoo only needs 2 more tigers, so he gave me one for a pet. He can't bark, he has tiger fur, his paws are soft, and he smells nice. Can I keep him? No, dear. Tigers grow up to have a terrible appetite. They eat enormous amounts of food, and sometimes they eat people. We could never afford to feed a tiger. This was always my favorite illustration of this story. Poor Arnold. Oh, what's he dreaming about now? A snake man at the carnival ran a contest to see who could guess how much the python weighs. I guessed right, and first prize was the snake. He makes no noise, he has no fur, he has no hooves, he smells sweet, and he can go for a month without food. Can I have him? Can I keep him? No, dear. Pythons are untidy reptiles. They slither around and shed their scaly skin all over the house. The skins clog the vacuum cleaner. Ew. The ultimate ask. Here we go. In Alaska, I saw a scientist chipping a dinosaur out of the ice. When the dinosaur defrosted, he was still alive. The museum didn't want a live dinosaur, so I brought him home. He doesn't bark, he has no fur, he has big, soft feet. He doesn't shed. Alaska? When were you ever in Alaska? And who ever heard of a dinosaur for a pet? But I'm lonely. Will you play with me? I'd like to, Arnold, but I'm busy. Why don't you run outside and play on the swing or ride your bike or dig in the sandbox? Boy, we've probably all heard that over this long, long summer vacation. He just moved in down the street. He doesn't bark. He has no fur. He has no hooves. He smells like us. He doesn't eat much. He doesn't shed. His name is Ralph, and he says he'll be my friend. Can I keep him? No, dear, you can't keep him. But he may be your friend and stay and play this afternoon. Now go outside and please, no more questions about animals. And there he is with Ralph, dreaming up more fantasies of having exotic pets. And the very last page is kind of cute. So, the drawing prompt today is, what animal would you want to keep if you found it? If you could find any animal, it wouldn't have to be found in Montlake, it could be anywhere in the world. What animal would you like to bring home and beg your family for? I think I begged for about every animal imaginable when I was younger, except for a horse. I never asked for a horse. But we did have ducks and chickens and lizards and lots of baby animals, lots of found little creatures, rabbits, dogs, kittens, gerbils, all kinds of stuff. What would you find and want to ask your family for? I want you to give me a drawing and send me a picture, okay? Let's get to work. Well, the rain has started falling, perfect weather to do some drawing, if you ask me. Can I keep him? What animal would you want to keep? What animal would you beg your family for? I've begged for a lot of animals in my life. The one that really stands out, which my parents never agreed to, can you guess? A monkey. I wanted a monkey so badly. I kept begging and begging my parents, and I think if I lived in a place where there were wild monkeys, I probably would have found one and brought it home. I wanted one very badly until my mom told me that it would probably have to wear a diaper, and that kind of changed my mind a little bit on the monkey thing. But after traveling to Costa Rica last summer and seeing monkeys all over the place, on our deck and on the beach, it kind of came back to me that I think a monkey would be pretty fun to have. So today, my animal that I would beg for, can I keep him, is a monkey. Got my watercolors out, got my good old handy dandy brushes. I'm not going to start with pencil, I'm just gonna go for it. I'd rather paint than draw today. All right, let's get started. Well, I did my final touches. Background, I always like to do the foreground first, which was the thing that's up front. And can I keep him? There he is. It's a capuchin, kind of like a spider monkey. They're really cute. They make a chirping sound. And this one is not wearing diapers. My monkey is potty trained. And that would be a reason that I would beg my parents, because it was a potty trained monkey. They might have said yes had I read that book before I painted this, before I grew up and moved out of my parents' house, actually. Hope everyone is well. Thanks for joining me for another drawing session together, alone, but more together. Have a great day. Keep on making art. Let's see it up in the neighborhood. Peace.